So we can now add a new name to the list of Democrats running for president in 2020. Washington State Governor Jay Inslee officially announced his bid earlier today.
He joins a very crowded field vying for the 2020 Democratic nomination. Governor Inslee is making climate change his top campaign issue. He released a campaign video earlier today.
We're the first generation to feel the sting of climate change, and we're the last that can do something about it. We went to the moon and created technologies that have changed the world. Our country's next mission must be to rise up to the most urgent challenge of our time, defeating climate change. This crisis isn't just a chart or graph anymore. The impacts are being felt everywhere. We have an opportunity to transform our economy, run on 100% clean energy that will bring millions of good-paying jobs to every community across America.
All right, CBS News' Natalie Brand is with us now from Washington to talk about this. So, Natalie, the governor is running on the issue of climate change. Is that enough to elevate Inslee above other Democrats?
Well, good morning, Vlad and Anne-Marie. We'll have to wait and see. His campaign believes that by focusing in on this one issue, a key issue for him, that they will stand out in what's going to be an extremely crowded primary cycle on the Democratic side. And Inslee has been very consistent in his messaging on climate change and wanting to fight climate change, promoting a clean energy economy. In that clip earlier on, it showed a montage of various clips from Governor Inslee talking over the years dating back to his time in Congress when he was also fighting for this. He wrote a book in 2007 called Apollo's Fire, Igniting a Clean Energy Economy. So this is a message and an area where he's been extremely consistent. He believes that he has success to show in Washington State. In fact, his announcement this morning in Seattle will be at a solar installer company that he believes tells a good economic story, a company that was able to grow jobs from just a couple of employees to dozens now.
So I think one of his challenges is going to be name recognition, right? I don't know much about him, but you've spent some time covering him. Where does he stand on some of the other important issues?
Well, he's really tried to elevate his national profile as someone who's been very vocal of President Trump and the Trump administration. He also tried to raise his national ID last year by serving as the chair of the Democratic Governors Association. In that role, he was traveling nationwide to some of these key primary states, talking to voters, meeting voters there. And I'm told by sources in his campaign that he also made a point of meeting with clean energy executives and also climate activists to really try to get this constituency to rally around him. But again, it remains to be seen whether he can reach and resonate with enough voters to get his polling numbers up, because outside of the western states, he is a somewhat unknown name, although in the last couple of years, he's really tried to change that.
Natalie, Democrats have said defeating President Trump is their #1 priority in 2020, of course. The question, of course, becomes, because of the name recognition factor and a host of other issues, does Inslee have what it takes not simply to defeat President Trump, let's cross that bridge when we get to it, just to rise above the level of some of the other more high-profile Democrats who are running?
I think what we're going to see is perhaps a very targeted focus on climate change in the primary cycle. And then it remains to be seen if he is able to rally enough support, how does his message change to try to reach out to voters who care about a host of other issues. I think what we're going to see from Governor Inslee is really trying to link climate change to the economy and health to try to broaden out that area and reach voters who care about the economy and health care and other issues, progressive issues. He also has the experience of an executive in the state of Washington, which outside the Seattle metro center is rather purple. So he has been able to, in the state of Washington, show a track record of reaching out to voters outside of a very progressive base. He's won a re-election. He's a two-term governor, and served in Congress in 2 very different districts in Washington state. So he does have experience in trying to reach voters from different political persuasions. But we really will have to see how he resonates with voters nationwide, whether he is able to boost his name ID and also amass enough money to launch a successful primary campaign. Already, huge Democratic fundraisers are going to have to be split, or are going to be split between a number of different strong Democratic candidates. So we'll be watching to see how much money he's able to raise and also whether his polling numbers are able to rise.
All right, Natalie.
Really interesting.
Yeah, another one at the table. Thank you.